chaos at the beach, with multiple spring breakers shot in Port Aransas last night. Coming up, we'll hear from the Port Aransas police chief on what happened. Plus, I spoke with some spring breakers who have been coming here for years and why they're not letting this ruin their spring break. Chris 6 News starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jeydah Jenkins. We start with news out of Port Aransas as 5 people have been sent to the hospital and 3 suspects have been detained following a shooting last night. This all took place near mile marker 20 around midnight. And according to Port Aransas PD Chief James Stokes, 2 groups got into an altercation which led to an individual pulling out a pistol and firing it into the crowd. Here's what Stokes had to say on their condition.
I don't have the medical status on them. I know at least 2 were critical when they left the scene.
There was also a rollover crash at Access Road 1 and 361 Saturday evening. Chief Stokes also spoke with us on if yesterday's events will change their enforcement strategies for the rest of spring break.
We have a tremendous law enforcement presence, and we will continue to have that through the rest of spring break, and that if you want to come and enjoy our beaches, that we will make sure that you have a good and safe time. But if you're going to come to our beach and exhibit behavior that requires attention, we're definitely going to give you the attention.
I went out to Port Aransas this morning to speak with spring breakers visiting the beach town. 2 women told me they didn't realize why parts of the beach were suddenly closed last night. They told me they've been visiting Port Aransas since they were children, and learning of the shooting at the beach was something they never expected.
I was shocked. I heard that the beaches were getting closed down recently, but I never would have thought something like that was happening out here.
The women say they've seen a heavy police presence since then, like helicopters flying overhead. But they say they're not letting the incident ruin their spring break and encourage everyone to stay aware of their surroundings and be safe. Before spring break started, we told you about how DPS was ramping up patrols for one of the Coastal Bend's busiest times of the year. DPS said that extra troops would be on the road as travelers pass through the Coastal Bend. Sergeant Rob Mallory says speed is the biggest problem they see. That's why they want to make sure everyone gets to their destination safely.
One of the main reasons we see crashes in the state of Texas is for speed. It's the top contributor to fatal crashes in the state. We want people to follow that speed limit. It was set there for a reason.
Sergeant Mallory says drinking and driving is also something troopers are looking out for. Well, it's one way to start the week. We have a cold front pushing in tonight with a big temperature drop. With more details on that, let's turn things over to Melissa Trevino for a first look at the forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys had a fabulous Sunday in this beautiful weather. We are going into the wind gusts for the evening. As you can see, we started off at 20 miles per hour at 4 o'clock p.m. and then slowly climbed. The wind will continue to climb overnight. Be mindful of anything loose outdoors. The National Weather Service has put out an advisory for wind. In the last 30 days, I want to show you the above temperatures. For the majority of the month, there was only 4 temperatures that were below average for the Coastal Bend. You can also see that only 2 days in the last 30 days had rain.
The Pentagon has identified the 6 airmen that were killed last Thursday. The crew members were aboard a refueling plane when they crashed over western Iraq. Since the war with Iran began on February 28th, 13 U.S. service members have been killed. Jen Sullivan has more on how these airmen are being remembered.
He was truly...
This family in Ohio says they will never forget the moment when uniformed officers arrived at their home with devastating news.
They were lined up out on the porch, and I was like...
Cheryl Simmons was told her 28-year-old only child, Tyler, was killed. He was among the 6 service members who died last Thursday. The crew members were aboard a refueling aircraft when it crashed in western Iraq.
The incident occurred over friendly territory in western Iraq while the crew was on a combat mission, and again was not the result, as CENTCOM has said, was not the result of hostile or friendly fire.
Technical Sergeant Simmons, Captain Seth Koval, and Captain Curtis Anks all served in the Ohio National Guard.
They're valued members of our team, and their loss is deeply felt across the 121st Air Refueling Wing and the entire Ohio National Guard.
Major John Alex Klinner leaves behind a wife, a 2-year-old, and 7-month-old twins, according to a GoFundMe set up by his family. Captain Ariana Savino, remembered as an Air Force superstar who brought energy, grit, and ruthless commitment to making everyone around her better, one friend wrote in a Facebook post. Technical Sergeant Ashley Pruitt entered the Air Force in 2017 and deployed multiple times, according to the Air Force. Since the war with Iran began February 28th, at least 13 U.S. service members have been killed, leaving the families of these fallen soldiers to live with the tremendous loss.
Once he got in the back of that airplane, that was it. He said, "I will retire from this, Mom."
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The U.S. State Department and Embassy in Baghdad has issued a warning that all U.S. citizens should leave Iraq immediately. This comes after a missile attack on the embassy building. The embassy is urging any U.S. citizen who has chosen to remain in Iraq to reconsider in the light of the significant terror threat posed by Iran-aligned terrorist militia groups in the area. U.S. Central Command reports it has executed a large-scale strike on an island in Iran that is a key part of Tehran's oil infrastructure. That's Karg Island. They destroyed naval mine storage facilities and missile storage bunkers with the implied threat that they plan to take out the entire oil terminal if Iran does not reopen the Strait of Hormuz to commercial shipping. That terminal accounts for almost 90% of Iran's crude oil exports. Oil is the main source of revenue for the Iranian economy. Gas prices remain high both across the country and here in the Coastal Bend. According to Gas Buddy, the national average for a gallon of gas here in the U.S. is at $3.68. Meanwhile, the Texas average is at $3.39, and the average price for a gallon of gas here in Corpus Christi is $3.34. Pope Leo has called for a ceasefire in the Middle East. He says that thousands of innocent people have been killed and many more have been forced to flee from their homes, and wishes for the violence of war to stop immediately. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres is calling for the fighting in Lebanon to stop and describing the devastation that he saw on the ground.
The south risks being turned into a wasteland. Southern Beirut, which is under sweeping evacuation orders by Israel, risks being bombed to oblivion. The Bekaa and Baalbek and other areas are scenes of destruction and panic.
These strikes come as Israel targets Hezbollah sites throughout Lebanon. The United States flag is flying again at the U.S. Embassy in Caracas, Venezuela for the first time in 7 years. Yesterday marked 7 years to the day since the flag was lowered after then Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro cut diplomatic and political ties with the U.S. A State Department official says this is a new era for relations between the United States and Venezuela. 300 Transportation Security Administration agents have quit their jobs as the Homeland Security shutdown stretches into its 4th week. The announcement was made by TSA Secretary Sean Duffy earlier today. He also said that the number of TSA agent call-outs have doubled from what they were before the shutdown. Duffy said that agents have already missed a partial payment and a full payment, saying that the employees who are those who, quote, don't make a lot of money. Funding for DHS lapsed in mid-February during a political standoff over federal immigration enforcement.
Star-studded upgrades are coming to a local movie theater complex. I'm Jacob Daniels with the details.
Watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
The Century 16 movie complex is getting its best sequel yet. I'm your neighborhood news reporter Jacob Daniels with what's in store for local movie fans.
Century 16 Corpus Christi is your classic movie theater, but that's about to change. Chris 6 News has learned a major upgrade is in the works. These are renderings for the new Cinemark Gamescape provided by Studio V Architects. A 50,000 square foot entertainment center will be built right next to the existing theater. It will include bowling, laser tag, arcade games, virtual reality, a ropes course, and a restaurant bar. In a statement from Studio V Architect CEO Mike Vetley, he told me that this will be their third Gamescape location in Texas and their first standalone family entertainment center. I took the renderings and showed them to a few moviegoers, like Jace Barkley and Noah Davis.
Just instead of having to go all the way down to the base or going to the other one, we could come here and watch a movie and also play with your friends and bowling and more games and just like get out with your friends and just do more fun stuff.
Another moviegoer, Gabriel Limon, had a different reason to be excited.
So to get a big arcade, to get something, huge like that, it makes me excited, because I have a daughter, so it'll be nice to, bring her here and kind of enjoy something other than the movies.
Casey Hodge shared that same excitement along with the familiar Corpus Christi sentiment.
It makes me so excited that Corpus is is getting things that other cities have. Last time we saw something like that was in Houston.
With permits in the works, Gamescape could be open by the end of the year. On the south side, Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
And don't go anywhere just yet. We'll have a full look at our forecast after the break.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys had a fabulous and beautiful Sunday. As you can see, our forecast high temperatures as we go into the work week. Monday and Tuesday, they're going to be below average, but slowly there's going to be above normal temperatures from Thursday into next week. We're going to love those temperatures. As you can see, the wind is picking up. If you've been outside lately, you know how strong the winds have been. As you can see, around 4 p.m. it started at 20 miles per hour and slowly increased as we go into the overnight hours. The National Weather Service has put out a wind advisory until later this evening. So be mindful of that as you're in and out of your homes. As you can see, Sunday, it's going to be super windy. You want to make sure you have hair ties if you're like me with long hair. Pay attention to that as you get dressed as well. Monday and Tuesday, there's not going to be as much wind, but Wednesday you'll see winds coming out of the southwest, northwest area. We still don't have any rain. Average month to date, we're a little over 1 inch, and the departure from average is a little under -3 inches. For our 7-day neighborhood forecast, we have Rockport and Kingsville. Both are going to come in at quite windy with 65 and 67 degrees. Pay attention to these low numbers at 48, 46 over night hours as we get into the next week. Our 7-day forecast here in Corpus Christi starts off quite windy. Again, 65, very chilly morning because we're going to go down to 46. St. Patrick's Day high is 64, 73 for Wednesday, down to 61 in the evening hours. And then we're going to have Thursday at 78. Those are the numbers I want to see coming up on your weekend forecast of 81, 83, and 85 with lots of sun coming in. Please enjoy your week as beautiful sunny days. Enjoy outside. Don't forget to send us your pictures to the Weather Watchers page. We always love to see those.
8 decades later, a sailor killed in the attack on Pearl Harbor has finally been identified. And the news is bringing his family together with another, tied to the same ship on the same day. I'm Michelle Hoffman with the story for this week's Veterans in Focus.
Watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
More than 80 years after the attack on Pearl Harbor, a coastal Bend sailor who was lost that day has finally been identified. But this discovery isn't just bringing closure to one family. It has also connected 2 local women through the same tragic day in history. I'm Michelle Hoffman with the story for this week's Veterans in Focus.
instant love, wasn't it, Nikki?
It may seem like they've been friends forever, but Kathy Herman and Nikki Valdez only met about a month ago at a Whataburger.
I think it's a God thing, really, that we're in each other's lives.
What brought them together wasn't coincidence. It was loss. For Kathy, that loss was her uncle Clive Clifton McMeans, a man she never had the chance to meet.
We have loved him forever, not knowing him.
Through faded photographs and stories passed down through generations, Clyde became a part of the family long before his story was complete.
He was handsome. He could dance very well. We knew that he wanted to serve his country.
Service ran in the family. Clyde and his brother Edward McMeans, Kathy's father, both went to war during World War II.
My dad was a medic. Well, he went across the English Channel, so he did D-Day. He did the Belgian Bulge. He did all the major wars and saw many horrific things. Came home alive.
But his brother Clyde never made it home. The Banquetti High School graduate was just 26 years old when he was stationed aboard the USS California at Pearl Harbor. December 7, 1941, the day that everything changed.
The water was flaming because of all the oil and the bombs.
Newspapers at the time described Clyde's final moments. He was in a motorboat helping ferry sailors to shore when a bomb hit. After the attack, Clyde was listed missing in action. Weeks later, declared dead. His body was never recovered.
All of his siblings just wanted him to come home, and my grandparents wanted him to come home.
Decades passed, then in the early 2000s, the Navy asked the family for DNA samples, just in case one day they found him.
So for years after that, I would call every now and then to see if they had found my Uncle Clyde's remains, and nothing.
Until this year.
A month ago, I just get this random call that maybe they had found him.
And in that moment, Kathy did something unexpected. She reached out to a woman she had never met.
I called their office, and I said, I'm looking for Nikki Valdez.
Nikki knew exactly what that phone call meant, because last year I shared her story when her great-uncle Roberto Stillman Garcia was identified after being lost at Pearl Harbor for more than 8 decades.
When Kathy called me, it was like I'd known her.
And even more remarkable, their families may have been connected all along. Clyde McMeans and Roberto Garcia, both from the coastal bend, served aboard the same ship.
They both were on the California, so we think they knew each other.
Nikki, we were in the same room when you gave me the news about your great uncle. How does it feel to just come back here with another miracle?
It's just amazing.
We'll get into some more specifics with you.
Nikki was even there with Kathy and her family when the Navy officially confirmed Clyde McMeans had been found.
They actually went through various steps to come up to this conclusion.
Finally, after 84 years, a family that never got to say goodbye is now getting that chance.
I know that my Uncle Clyde's in heaven with his parents and his siblings, but it gives me joy to know that he's coming home.
And for Nikki, making sure Clyde's story was remembered was just as important as the identification itself. So she made one simple suggestion.
When we talked,
she's like, can I call Michelle? Can I call Michelle?
And that's what brought us here. 2 women, 2 families, connected by history and by 2 young sailors from the coastal bend, never knowing that more than 80 years later, their stories would be told.
That's the biggest thing, is to not give up hope.
Clyde McMeans is expected to be buried at the Coastal Bend State Veterans Cemetery, and his family says they're planning memorial services for May 1st. We'll keep you updated when we know the exact location and times. With this week's Veterans in Focus, I'm Michelle Hoffman, Chris 6 News.
I'm John Matteries. If you're tired of winter, then listen up, because we have some great ways to save money on your spring break.
With gas prices and airfares up across the country, those preparing for a spring break trip may be looking for other ways to save. Scripps News Group consumer reporter John Matteries looks at how to enjoy your vacation without overspending, so you don't waste your money.
Tired of the winter weather? Well, spring break is calling. We'll show you how to stretch your travel dollars this season, plus where to go for a cheap last-minute trip. As gas and jet fuel prices climb, expect travel costs to follow. Before the spring rush, Ken and Kim Fisk nabbed cheap tickets on a discount airline.
We pack very light and we just fly Frontier or Allegiant.
And they avoid checking a bag.
We just take our personal item. We use our carry-on.
To be quicker in and out, no check bags.
Rolando Collado hopes to steer clear of big city hotel prices.
Certain cities like New York have convention fees and things like that.
Digital savings site Retail Me Not found 61% are planning spring trips, up 13% from last year. However, they plan to spend less.
We are in the era of the edited trip.
Retail Me Not Stephanie Carl says small adjustments can be the difference between traveling and staying home.
Shortening the trip instead of canceling it, comparing similar destinations before locking your decision in.
Tara Minson of IntelliTravel says more spring breakers are willing to give up the extras.
Maybe they're willing to take that stopover or maybe 2 stopovers because it means substantial savings.
For a cheaper spring break, event site Mommy Poppins recommends bunking with friends or family, preparing meals, and looking for coupons or online savings. The site suggests cities like Washington, D.C., Williamsburg, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Niagara Falls, San Antonio, and San Diego for affordable family trips. With the war in Iran threatening to make travel more costly, Ladasca Britain will be traveling to places closer to home.
They're going to Texas as well as Tennessee and another trip to Missouri.
That way you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
St. Patrick's Day is this Tuesday, and coming up, I'll show you the history of the Irish holiday and why it has a special place in many American hearts. Corpus Christi Animal Care Services is getting into the St. Patrick's Day spirit with their Luck of the Paw adoption event. Starting tomorrow and continuing throughout Friday, the Animal Care Services will have $17 adoption fees. Their adoption hours are from noon until 5:30 each day. On Tuesday, everyone can tap into the luck of the Irish for St. Patrick's Day. This weekend, cities across America, including right here in Corpus Christi, have been celebrating the Irish holiday. From green rivers to green beer, the holiday is associated with happy revelers across America. Perhaps the affinity for the holiday comes from the more than 30 million U.S. residents who claim Irish ancestry.
One final look at our forecast before the evening ends for us tonight. Tomorrow in Corpus Christi, as you're getting ready to go out the door for your work or to drop off the kids, you're going to see temperatures at 49, then 52 at 10 o'clock. It's still going to be quite windy. Pay attention to those winds as you're driving along and having to play that tug of war with your vehicle. By 12 o'clock, you're still going to be partly sunny, partly cloudy at 56 degrees. You're going to go on to 61 by 2 p.m., 63 by 4, and 62 by 6 in the evening. Here's our 7-day forecast. Again, we start off quite chilly for Monday and Tuesday, but then you'll see the temperature go up to 73, 78, and lovely 80-degree weather as we hit the end of the week. Hope you guys have a great one.
Well, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching and have a great night.